Super Wildcard Weekend is now in the books, no offense to Floyd Mayweather. And what a glorious weekend it was, as I went through at least 10 pairs of underwear. Never mind. There aren't many games left this season, so enjoy the remaining few that there are. San Francisco versus Seattle. Armed with a Brandy Love gum-chewing look-alike head coach and a confident Geno Smith at quarterback, the Seahawks entered Levi Stadium feeling dangerous, and they played like it for a good portion of this game. The 49ers jumped out to a 10-0 lead thanks largely to Christian, may I take your daughter's hand in marriage, sir, McCaffrey's running and catching abilities. But Seattle wasn't about to take it lying down. No offense to Lana Rhodes. They marched downfield for a touchdown to make it 10-7. San Fran kicked a field goal to make it 13-7. Then Geno dropped his nuts and found DK Metcalf for a 50-yard bomb to take a 14-13 lead. The teams exchanged field goals to give Seattle a 17-16 lead at halftime, and you could feel the San Francisco players and coaches' buttholes tightening just a little bit. Unfortunately, that was the end of the road for Seattle. No offense to the O'Doyle family from Billy Madison. Brock Purdy deceptively ran for a touchdown to put San Fran up 23-17. Then Geno got strip sacked deep in San Fran territory on Seattle's next drive, which they then turned into 8 more points off of a touchdown pass and 2-point conversion. Seattle punted, and then the backbreaker came. Purdy threw an absolutely ridiculous pass to Deebo Samuel, who got the game-breaker power up from NFL Street and went 74 yards for a touchdown to go up 38-17. Geno threw an interception just trying to make a play. It's not his fault, okay? And then San Fran added a field goal to go up 41-17 with 5 minutes left. Geno would lead a garbage time drive that padded his stats and ended with another touchdown pass to Metcalf to reach the final score of 41-23. Congrats to Geno on a season no NFL fan will forget. A true inspiration to never give up and to always keep grinding. Shout out to Urban Meyer. As for San Francisco, Purdy is eventually going to crash, and you just gotta hope it's not until next season. How he performs the rest of this postseason will factor into whether San Fran signs Tom Brady, in my opinion. Regardless, Jimmy G remains my 49ers quarterback and the love of my life, even more than my wife. Jacksonville versus the Chargers. For the first half of this game, it was the Chargers, for once, making somebody look stupid. Oh yeah, Trevor Lawrence's first half made Ryan Leaf look like Patrick Mahomes. Throwing a pick on his first ever playoff pass attempt, LA capitalized on the short field to go up 7-0. Lawrence then threw another pick on Jacksonville's second drive, which LA turned into a field goal, although they missed the chance to go up 14-0. After exchanging punts, Lawrence threw his third interception, and LA immediately took advantage to go up 17-0 after one. After another Jacksonville punt, Herbert said, "It's Herbert time, bitches," and led LA on a long touchdown drive, capped off with a touchdown pass to take a 24-0 lead with 7 minutes left in the half. Lawrence responded by throwing his fourth interception, giving LA a field goal to go up 27-0, although again the Chargers missed the opportunity to score a touchdown on the goal line to make this even more of a blowout. Finally, on Jacksonville's last drive of the first half, Lawrence remembered that he's supposed to be good and found Giants legend Evan Ingram for a touchdown to make it 27-7 at halftime. LA punted to start the second half, then Lawrence led Jacksonville on a long touchdown drive to make it 27-14 late in the third. Herbert answered with a field goal drive to make it 30-14 LA with 3 minutes left in the third, but Lawrence was so jacked to the tits at this point that he found famous hotel hallway lover Zay Jones on a 39-yard touchdown to make it 30-20 after 3. Herbert led a solid drive to set up his kicker with a 40-yard field goal, but as Cameron Dicker went to make the kick, Lawrence pulled a famous Tom Brady tactic of farting as the ball was being kicked, causing the ball to drift afoul of the uprights. Lawrence continued his rampage by finding Christian Kirk, whose name translates to overpaid Vikings quarterback, for a touchdown, and ran for a 2-point conversion to make it 30-28 with 5:25 left. LA went 3 and out, giving T-Law a chance to rewrite narratives about his clutch time struggles. He made a few throws, but the key play came on 4th and 1 with 1:28 left when Jacksonville head coach Dougie Pussy Slayer called a pitch for 25 yards to get Jacksonville in position to complete a historic comeback. Riley Patterson nailed the game-winning 36-yarder to give Jacksonville a 31-30 win, and also making the Chargers franchise even more of a meme, which I somehow thought impossible before this game. Buffalo versus Miami. The longest frickin' NFL game I've ever watched that didn't go into overtime. The game began about as everybody expected. Buffalo looked like a well-oiled machine, jumping out to a quick 17-0 lead early in the second quarter thanks to stellar play from Josh Allen, a bad interception from Miami third-string quarterback Skylar Thompson, and a couple huge drops by Jalen Waddle. Miami would kick a field goal to make it 17-3, then Allen threw an interception on a deep pass, which ended in another Miami field goal to make it 17-6. After a defensive stop and great punt return, Miami added a third field goal to make it 17-9 with 1:19 left in the half, but shit still wasn't over, as Allen threw a second interception deep in Buffalo territory, and Miami finally capitalized with a touchdown and 2-point conversion to make it 17-17. Buffalo then answered with a field goal just before halftime to make it 20 20-17, but Miami kept coming, no offense to Johnny Sins. On Buffalo's first drive of the second half, Allen got strip sacked and the ball was returned for a Miami touchdown to give them a 24-20 lead over the Bills. The Dolphins were humping the shit out of O.J. Simpson's former team, but they wasted their chance to really blow this game open. They had 2 drives with the ball up 24-20. The first ended in a punt, but the second ended with a terrible interception to set Buffalo up with great field position, which ended with Allen finding the recently re-signed Cole Beasley to give Buffalo a shot in the arm and 27-24 lead. Miami punted and then Allen found Gabe Davis on an insane touchdown throw to go up 34-24 after 3. But Miami refused to blow their load prematurely, no offense to Rick Pitino, as Thompson led a touchdown drive to make it 34-31 Buffalo with 11 minutes left. Miami's defense would give their offense multiple chances to tie or even win the game, but Miami's offense couldn't get the job done, allowing Buffalo to escape with a very fortunate 34-31 win against a third-string quarterback. Props to both Allen and Thompson, though, for being real men and throwing that frickin' ball downfield into tight coverage instead of throwing a bunch of checkdowns like pussies. This was real man football, and I loved it. New Jersey Giants versus Minnesota. The last time the Giants won a playoff game, they were playing against Aaron Hernandez, so yeah, it's been a while. Kirk Cousins came out sharp, leading Minnesota on an opening touchdown drive, capped off by a hard-working 1-yard touchdown run on a QB sneak to go up 7-0. But Norman Bates lookalike Daniel Jones answered right back with a touchdown drive of his own, capped off by enjoyer of premarital coitus Saquon Barkley ripping off a 28-yard touchdown run to tie it. Minnesota punted and Jones led New Jersey to 81 yards on 4 plays with a touchdown pass to put New Jersey up 14-7. After another mini punt, Jones led New Jersey on an 85-yard drive that ended in a field goal. Needing to respond before the game got out of hand, no offense to Luke Skywalker on Bespin, Cousins dropped his nuts and found KJ Osborne for a touchdown to make it 17-14 at halftime. The second half saw no improvement from Minnesota's horrifically, laughably bad defense, as Jones easily marched the Giants 75 yards for another score to go up 24-14. Cousins then tapped into his inner badass and responded with a 75-yard touchdown drive of his own and another touchdown pass to make it 24-21. Finally, Minnesota's defense would stop New Jersey and force a punt. Cousins then led Minnesota on a long field goal drive to make it 24-all with 12:38 left in the game. However, the Vikings still seemed uninterested in playing defense, again allowing Jones to march 75 yards with ease and another Barkley touchdown run which put New Jersey up 31-24 with 7:47 left. In a season where he had 8 game-winning drives, Minnesota needed Kirk to pull out another one, no offense to Phillip Rivers, and he couldn't do it. Minnesota punted, but their defense forced a punt back, giving Kirk the ball at his own 12, down 7 with 3 minutes left. Minnesota got to around midfield quickly before the drive stalled out, and on 4th and 8 with the season on the line, Kirk threw a pussy check down that was tackled well short of the sticks to seal the loss and end Minnesota's season. It was typical Cousins, really. He played pretty well most of the game while his defense was absolutely terrible, but the only thing people will remember is his terrible decision on the last play. As for the Giants, they now face my Eagles next week, and I'm going to be pissed if we end up being the new version of the 2007 Cowboys or 2011 Packers for another fluke Giants Super Bowl run led by a 4th-year mid-quarterback with a dirt face. Please, NFL scriptwriters, have mercy on me. Cincinnati versus Baltimore. The Bengals made the Super Bowl last year largely playing safe football offensively with timely turnovers by their defense, and this game was nothing different, as they lucked out not having to face Lamar Jackson. Joe "Baby Brady" Burrow led a field goal drive to start things off to give Cincy a 3-0 lead. Baltimore punted, then Burrow led a touchdown drive connecting with Jamar Chase to go up 9-0 early in the second. It looked as if the Cincy blowout everybody predicted was on, but Tyler Huntley showed some surprising resiliency, leading Baltimore on a long-ass 17-play drive capped off by a touchdown pass to make it 9-7. Cincy tight end Hayden Hurst, who was drafted at 25 years old, shout out to Stetson Bennett, then fumbled around midfield. Baltimore drove inside Cincy's 5-yard line but couldn't score and had to settle for a field goal to make it 10-9 at halftime. Baltimore punted on their opening second half drive, and Burrow then flicked his nipples to activate his powers to lead Cincy on an 83-yard touchdown drive capped off by a 1-yard hard-working quarterback sneak touchdown and a 2-point conversion to go up 17-10 with 5 minutes left in the third. But not so fast, my friend, said Huntley, who realized Eli Apple was on the field for the other team and immediately threw the ball to his wide-open teammate Apple was supposed to be covering for a touchdown to make it 17-17. Baltimore got the ball back with the score tied, and Huntley channeled Lamar, running for 35 yards and completing a 25-yard pass on back-to-back plays to get the ball down to the Cincy 1-yard line. But then the play of the game happened. Burrow activated his Brady Luck powers, forcing Huntley to be stripped of the ball while trying to extend it over the goal line. It was picked up and returned 98 yards for a Cincy touchdown to put them up 24-17 with 11:39 left. The two teams would exchange punts back and forth until Baltimore got the ball back down 7 with 3 minutes left. Huntley got the ball to Cincy's 17 with 35 seconds left, but a holding call and a couple incompletions set up a 4th and 20 plays it Hail Mary attempt from Huntley that was very nearly caught on the rebound by Baltimore wide receiver James Proch, who has to just feel like the biggest asshole in the world for dropping it. Huntley actually played far better than I thought he would, but he's still not an NFL starter if you're serious about winning. You might want to put your earmuffs on for this next part, Bengals fan. Here it goes. Joe Burrow is now 4-1 in the playoffs, but in his 4 wins, he really hasn't played that great. He's taken way too many sacks, he's struggled in the red zone, and he's benefited mightily from timely clutch plays by his defense. And oh yeah, in his one loss, he blew at least 5 or 6 chances to put the game away and win the Super Bowl. For the love of God, please don't give me the offensive line excuse. Sacks are a predominantly quarterback stat. I'm still waiting for him to have a dominant playoff performance. Dallas versus Tampa Bay. Excuse me, folks. I just need a moment to myself, okay? Okay, good. I got a new pair of underwear. Wow, what an absolutely incredible way to finish Super Wildcard Weekend this game was. As an Eagles fan, I know it's pretty much blasphemy to want the Cowboys to win any game, but I will always root for Tom Brady to lose first and foremost, and boy did he eat shit on this night. Excuse me, I need another pair of underwear. In the meantime, please watch Brady play like absolute crap. Wasn't that amazing? Oh, shit, I need another pair of underwear. Fuck. Dak Prescott played the best game of his career at the best possible time, contributing 5 total touchdowns, 4 through the air, and 1 on the ground in a game that Dallas controlled virtually the entire time. Of course, considering this game took place at Brady's Castle of Dark Magic, there had to be some weird shit happen, such as normally reliable Dallas kicker Brett Maher missing 4 extra points. Thankfully, it didn't end up mattering, but I mean, Jesus, dude, what the hell? The final nail in the coffin for Tampa, and most likely Tom Dilfer's time in Tampa, was a 4th down touchdown pass to a wide-open CD Lamb to put Dallas up 31-6 with 10 minutes left. Brady's final stats would be way worse if not for some legendary stat padding at the end. I want to be serious for a moment though. If this was truly his last game in the NFL, it was an absolute honor to watch him dominate at his craft for years, putting up record-breaking numbers. Thank you so much, Julio Jones. Anyway, here's a little Tom Brady season review video I put together. I hope you all enjoy. As for Brady's future, I have no idea what he's going to do. My gut says he wants to go for the 49ers because he's from there and he grew up idolizing Montana and Young. Question is, do the 49ers want him? We don't know. I think my gut says this asshole is going to come back again. He's going to play for the Raiders, reunite with his former whipping boy Josh McDaniels, and because the Raiders have a lot of good skill position players, they got Devontae Adams, they got Darren Waller, they got Josh Jacobs. The only downside to that would be you're playing in a division with Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert, and who knows, Russell Wilson might even be revived next year. I don't know. I want Tom Brady to retire, but my gut says he's going to keep playing because he just can't fucking quit. It's like a drug to him. He can't quit. I want him to quit though. So Tom, if you hear this, please go the fuck away. Please. Thank you.